Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the show today, New Zealand Tzu Chi volunteers are preparing hot meals for needy residents in the Delta Community House in Christchurch. As the decision of building the fourth nuclear power plant is still undecided, we meet Chen Ailing, who establishes an anti-nuclear group to fight for a sustainable future for the children of Taiwan. And the Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital and Miaoli City Office held a joint free clinic to safeguard the health of more than 300 residents. Recently, New Zealand Tzu Chi volunteers visited the Delta Community House in Christchurch for the very first time, where they prepare hot meals for impoverished residents. The vegetarian dishes prepared by the volunteers not only warm the stomachs of residents, but ensure all got the nutrients they need as well.
Inside the kitchen, volunteers are busy preparing potato salad and vegetarian dishes. Here in Christchurch, Tzu Chi volunteers are providing hot meals at the Delta Community House for the first time.
Oh, it's absolutely good. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. It is absolutely lovely.
Most of the residents who came on this day are from impoverished families, and 77-year-old George came to learn of Tzu Chi for the very first time.
You like to say then?
Compassion, relief.
Relief. I appreciate that again.
This is our duty. We appreciate.
Those who came to the community house were mostly seniors and children. The vegetarian dishes prepared by volunteers were packed with nutrients and filled the stomachs of the local residents.
Moving to China, in Shenzhen of Guangdong province, many businessmen help impoverished families each month by providing subsidiaries through Tzu Chi. This time around, Tzu Chi volunteers included additional daily necessities for these families and invited care recipients Ms. Feng to share her story with everyone.
Care recipient Ms. Feng is a single mother who suffered from hyperthyroidism. As she could not make ends meet, Tzu Chi volunteers approached her with help.
Many people whom I didn't know were willing to understand my needs and care for me. Their kindness made me feel that I was not forgotten by this world.
Here in Guangdong, businessmen have asked Tzu Chi to hand out subsidies to the poor families on their behalf. The volunteers also prepared additional daily necessities for the needy.
Our lives have ups and downs. I believe you will all agree with that. We are living in this world for a reason, and we should seize the opportunities to show our compassion and help the needy.
It's never too late to care for the needy. Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit really inspires me and moves me to tears.
Thanks to Tzu Chi, 65 families are given not only material aid, but also emotional support.
In Port-au-Prince, Christ the King Secretarial School of Sisters of St. Anne, part of Tzu Chi's long-term rebuilding efforts in Haiti, is nearly complete. Tzu Chi volunteers have been getting a weekly report on the progress and have introduced the idea of teaching Jingzi aphorisms and tea ceremony once the school completes.
Underneath the steel bars, the foundation is dug deep and revealed to the level now.
Here in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, the structural outlines of Sisters of St. Anne's Christ the King Secretarial School is done. Besides the reinforcing structures to guard against earthquakes, the walls are also built under strict safety guidelines as well.
The stairs are also being grouted.
As the school is over 85% finished, the next step in planning is to prepare a smooth transition for students to attend class here.
After a donation ceremony, we will have a class in Jingzi aphorisms.
State exam, we have a lot to do, admission tests and so on. We don't have time to move again. But during the vacation, we will take care of that so that we will be in the new school maybe by September.
Already, so after summer, right?
Yes, after the summertime.
Okay.
U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers also thoughtfully put in 2 power generators as the country experiences frequent power outages, so the education of the children of the school will never be interrupted.
Moving to North America, teachers and students from 5 Tzu Chi academies came together to hold a Jingsi aphorism storytelling contest at the Canada Tzu Chi chapter. During the contest, participants put in their best effort to present Jingsi aphorism stories that would inspire others in the audience. If you were going to tell a story, how would you present it?
This is the tested snow on Earth, and the grandmother burst into laughter and looked at it from the corner of her eye.
Or like this.
Filial piety is making our parents happy and giving them peace of mind.
Whether it is using body language or props, when it is their turn to present their stories, every student puts their best foot forward. Today, 5 Tzu Chi academies in Canada are holding a Jingsi aphorism storytelling contest. To incorporate Jingsi aphorisms into a story is no easy task. However, many students came up with extraordinary performances.
The story told by the students had to incorporate Jingsi aphorisms, and they need to make a connection with the aphorism they picked. The purpose of these stories is to inspire us to reflect on our past behavior.
Before, we didn't know many of the old sayings, so he never had a chance to learn them. His teachers prepared a lot of information for him and helped him memorize it all. I'm very surprised that he remembered all of it.
Thanks to these students, the Jingsi aphorism storytelling contest ended on a perfect note, with the Jingsi aphorisms now deeply rooted in everyone's hearts. At the 13th Annual Prudential Spirit of Community Awards, 30 students were chosen from a pool of 6,000 as this year's winners. Among them was one student from Hualien Tzu Chi Junior High School and several others who expressed interest in joining Tzu Chings in college or later as a volunteer.
Wearing their school uniforms as they dance up the red carpet are this year's winners of the Prudential Spirit of Community Awards. Each takes a moment to share with the audience their feelings on this special occasion.
With the heaven's blessing and to the best of my abilities, I will use my voice, my painting, or any way I can to become a constant force of change for the world. I come from Hualien, I come from Yuli, I come from Tzu Chi.
Chen Yingwei originally comes from a small town on the east coast of Taiwan. Along with his lessons in school, traveling with Tzu Chi volunteers to Indonesia has taught him how to value his blessings and how to work for those in need.
If you're willing to give, you will receive blessings. For example, seeing their smiles is a blessing. Later, I'll become a volunteer and join the ranks of Tzu Chi volunteers.
Under the guidance of volunteers, these children soon learn the right path in life, carrying out Tzu Chi missions with their friends and sparing no efforts in caring for those in need. These students are a testament to Tzu Chi's educational values.
For students, volunteering has become a trend, so everyone is very willing and excited to volunteer.
Doesn't Tzu Chi have the Tzu Ching Collegiate Association? I would like to join that.
Here at the 13th Annual Prudential Spirit of Community Awards, out of 6,000 names, 30 young volunteers were chosen for their spirit and service to the community. Organizers hope this confirmation of their efforts will encourage them and others to continue to work on behalf of society in the years ahead.
The issues surrounding nuclear energy is a topic the youth in the United States have also concerned themselves with. At the Idlewild School of Music and the Arts, students held a series of debates to discuss the pros and cons of nuclear energy.
Located not far from Los Angeles is the mountain city of Idlewild. Situated here is a nationally renowned high school of music and the arts, made up of outstanding and exceptional young talent between the ages of 14 to 18.
I'm a junior in Idlewild Arts, and I'm a music major.
My name is Inigo Mantecon, and I'm a jazz musician.
I'm in the film major here at school, and so we get to make films and documentaries.
On the eve of the second anniversary of Japan's Fukushima nuclear disaster, students and teachers at the school hold several debates on the topic of nuclear energy.
I lived in Japan 4 hours from the nuclear reactors in Fukushima, and one reason that I came to the States is to evacuate with my family. It's really interesting for me to study about the pros today because I learned a lot about details and everything because I was only focusing on the cons before.
This is the efficiency issue. Average nuclear power plant produces 1,000 megawatts per hour.
I think it's definitely efficient. I think it's, it's a good use of energy, but how are we going to get rid of the nuclear waste?
Shoot the space.
No, because then we're just ruining the universe. Why would we do that? But I also think it's good that, people have differing opinions and they can also support their arguments.
Nuclear issue, it's more than a nuclear issue, it's an energy issue, it's an economical issue. And the economy affects all of us.
So the more awareness there is, the more that the kids can be aware of what's happening in the world rather than their own sort of art world, the better, I think, in the long run for a next generation.
The best inspiration in the classroom comes from the happenings in our daily lives, and art is the best tool to reflect our social conditions.
Personally, I chose to show this through political cartoons because I think that when the public sees an image or if they find something humorous, they're more likely to remember it and more likely to remember the message it sent.
Is Obama supportive of nuclear power?
Yes.
Why would Obama think nuclear power is the way to go?
Here, teachers not only help students develop their artistic talents, but also hope to mold students in developing the proper attitude and passion when finding answers to problems.
I try to provide perspective and to remind them to keep thinking about the big picture. In this case, so what else might we do, or what would be the cost, or what's the consequence? But I really want them to try to figure it out for themselves, because that's what they're going to take with them, rather than my ideas.
Ocean water all over the world. Yeah. It's a really good source of energy.
Yeah.
Thorium is also very common on the moon.
We take all the waste and trash and we turn it into energy.
As the debate comes to an end, students are also given an opportunity to decide on their own future.
The decision whether to build the fourth nuclear power plant in Gongliao district near Taipei City or not seems to be heading to a public referendum. Helping get the word out is the Mom Loves Taiwan group, established by Cheng Ailing, board director at the Fubon Cultural and Educational Foundation. As a mother of 4, Chen, who is concerned about the future of her children, is determined to fight for a sustainable future for the children of Taiwan.
Where the fourth nuclear power plant sits, how far does a 30-kilometer radius cover, and how many people are most likely going to be affected?
If we don't build the fourth, then someone is definitely going to ask, what is our replacement?
Those asking questions are not experts on nuclear energy, but mothers who are concerned for their children's future.
We did a rough calculation. Within 30 kilometers of the fourth nuclear plant live 500 million residents. This is a significant number.
This seminar on nuclear power has been organized by the anti-nuclear group Mom Loves Taiwan.
In fact, the greatest mission for Mom Loves Taiwan right now is to make our voices heard.
One may wonder why Cheng Ailing, who is normally devoted to social welfare work, is now establishing an anti-nuclear campaign.
The nuclear risk management and return on investment rate may easily lead others to think not building the fourth is the best decision. In the past, we mistakenly saw it as a political question. Yet after searching the internet for information, we realized this is, in fact, a serious issue with severe consequences. So I began talking to my friends about the fourth nuclear power plant.
I think before Ms. Chen sets up this anti-nuclear campaign, many were like us. We felt insecure and had doubts, but we had no idea how to put our message forward.
Mothers are all devoted to their families and love their children, as well as the environment we live in. We are a silent group in society that cares most for their loved ones. If such a message is being put forward by this group, it will lead members of the public to review the safety of building the plant.
Having heard the calling of these mothers, Chen opened a Facebook page and has called on friends and celebrities to join their efforts in fighting against nuclear energy. Nevertheless, negative online comments also poured into the website, and Chen was even accused of getting involved in politics. Though friends tried to persuade her to stop the anti-nuclear campaign, Chen believes she is doing the right thing.
I am simply doing this for our children. For example, like the medical research I just mentioned, shows that nuclear radioactive materials are harmful to children, particularly the young ones.
我觉得今天是台湾的命运，这颗蛋的命运是在大家的手上，要不要让它炸掉？
不要。So many people say that we moms are only passionate at heart, but we do not have enough knowledge and that this issue should be dealt with by experts. Actually, we have experts sharing this information with us, so we are not misguided.
Challenging the government to find an alternative source of energy, the Mom Loves Taiwan campaign hopes to pass on the right information and make their voices heard.
Mom loves Taiwan.
Our logo, Mom Loves Taiwan. This is a heart and inside is Taiwan. We hope everyone has a loving heart. I think we only need to ask if it is the right thing to do, and as long as it is right, we should just do it.
Is nuclear energy safe? To turn the question mark into an answer, Teng Ailing, as the founder of Mom Loves Taiwan and a mother of 4 children, aims to bring 100,000 people together to call for the maintaining of a sustainable environment for future generations.
Today, March 12th, is Taiwan's Arbor Day, and to celebrate, Tzu Chi volunteers and staff from Tzu Chi Foundation's farming missions took time over the weekend to get in some planting. However, in a change from previous events, everyone was asked to first go to the Hualien Tzu Chi campus to find a seedling to replant.
祈愿大地平安，人心净化。
Just in time for Arbor Day, Tzu Chi volunteers and staff from the foundation come together to plant seedlings they personally picked. Students carefully dig up the new shoots that can be found everywhere here on the Tzu Chi school grounds.
Before, I never noticed the shoots, but I saw the trees. I thought the trees were very beautiful, but I never approached close enough to see the shoots.
In the less frequented areas, students find new surprises and a joy in the process of finding the new shoots.
We want to help those species native to this area, and that means getting rid of those invasive species with stronger reproductive capabilities.
By asking every student to find their own sprouts, the event helps students form a connection to the earth and understand how to better cherish it.
There is a lot of vitality here today. You feel that you are creating a new life. Like the perfect weather today, it seems to symbolize how we have been able to realize our 3 vows today.
From ages 6 months to 60, on this day, everyone gathered to plant a tree for the future, thus helping Mother Earth help keep our environment clean for the next generation.
In Taiwan, to safeguard the health of members of the public, Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital and Miaoli City Office held a joint free clinic at the local Tzu Chi grounds that was joined by more than 300 local residents. The free clinic not only offered basic health check, but also screening for 4 types of cancer, and was also joined by 80-year-old recycling volunteer Zhuang Zhang Xiuying, who came with her mentally and physically challenged brother-in-law. This is the scene at the Miaoli Tzu Chi grounds. Today, medical staff from the Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital and the Miaoli City Office are holding a joint free clinic. This is 80-year-old recycling volunteer Zhuang Zhang Xiuying, who's joining the free clinic with her mentally and physically challenged brother-in-law. She says she's very thankful to the master for taking care of her physical and spiritual health.
我当然是最忠实的，我最敬爱的上人啊，当然是谢谢上人啊。
有换取就好了。
那你要保重身体哦。
对。
要健康哦。
感恩。
Senior Zhuang has been living by herself after her husband passed away while taking care of her brother-in-law, who's mentally and physically disabled. Luckily, Tzu Ji is always there by her side. This time, the Joint Free Clinic is being held by the Taichung Tzu Ji Hospital and the Miaoli City office. The mayor of Miaoli City also takes the initiative to encourage local residents to attend the event by having an oral examination at the free clinic.
We need to remind members of the public to take good care of their health. This time, the free clinic is being held by the Tzu Ji Hospital and the Miaoli County Public Health Bureau. We hope that all the residents can take this chance to join the free clinic.
To safeguard the health of Miaoli City residents, 60 medical staff from the Taichung Tzu Ji Hospital and more than 100 volunteers were on site. The medical staff and volunteers hope that through this free clinic, local residents can better take care of their health by adopting healthy habits. In the United States, Texas Tzu Ji volunteers are visiting their fellow senior volunteers and first arrived at the house of a husband and wife team who, although senior in age, are still thinking of giving to Tzu Ji's work whenever they can. Meanwhile, another senior volunteer still insists on volunteering at the local chapter, regardless of her sickness.
Here in the United States, 83-year-old Tzu Ji volunteer Yang Chen Jinghui does not leave the house often, as her diabetes has reduced her mobility. However, she still looks forward to her weekly visits to the Houston chapter office where she volunteers.
In the morning, the person who comes to cook for me will tell me, "Mrs. Yang, take care of yourself after I leave your house." And I think to myself, however careful I am, I'll just be sitting in this chair.
Yang's outgoing nature is infectious, and since she met Tzu Ji, she has found new vigor in her retirement. She has even given up smoking and playing mahjong because of Tzu Ji. Also in Texas is the senior couple, both Tzu Ji volunteers. The wife is 85 years old, while the husband is 95. Seeing how healthy the couple are, the visiting Tzu Ji volunteers present both with gifts. Everyone refers to the husband, Bao A-liu, as Father Bao. When he was younger, he was an executive chef for Chiang Kai-shek during his time in the office. And now, many Tzu Ji food charity fundraisers and hot meal distributions will fund the husband and wife team's contribution. Both seniors are a valuable asset to the Houston chapter.
We go to Malaysia at the end of the show. Since its establishment in 2010, volunteers would gather at the Cadet Jingsi Hall every day to help with cleaning work. One volunteer says that sweeping the floor helped him learn to stay calm, and he will encourage those around him to join Tzu Ji as well. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.